Aloha, friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's author Joe Holt. This is Fireside Chats. It is a live podcast that I do with other D-Live streamers in an effort for, oh, well, hell, so you can get to know them on a more personal level. But also we talk about streaming, D-Live, Lino. So without further ado, today's special guest, Super Sport Games.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Aloha. So I have many questions. No, not really. I just have like a dozen. But the first question, why do you look like Donald Trump right now? What's with the orange face, man?
It's my lighting, but it's okay. It's gonna be great. Okay, it's gonna be okay. It's a huge interview.
Huge.
Very orange. Very orange.
Oh my god!
We go to the same tanning club. Creme de la orange.
I'm gonna do my best to stay focused, but I can tell two Joes in the same room. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. McGiblet already said, "Be careful. Don't want to end up with too many Joes in the kitchen." It's too late. Yeah. It's too late.
Can't trust a guy with a 3-letter name. So.
Well, yeah. All right, so before we completely lose track of ourselves, first question I always ask, Super Sport Games, that's your moniker, that's what you stream under. How'd you come up with it? What's it mean to you?
Well, the Super Sport is actually, a lot of people ask me if I play sports games, and I do sometimes, but it's actually Super Sport like SS, like Super Sport Camaro. Or like a Super Sport Silverado. That's where it's from. I have a truck that I used to do like weekend warrior drag racing stuff with, and we called it the Super Slow Machine. So it was still SS Super Slow, and that's like my gamer tag is S Slow 48 and all that. So because my channel name used to be SS Gaming, but according to some people, SS was like a racial thing, so I had to elaborate it and do Super Sports Games.
I mean, SS has been a lot of things throughout history, right? So the Nazi special forces don't get to, they don't get SS anymore. No.
Well, yeah, I know. It was mentioned like several times, and then like twice in one day, and someone came and trolled me. I was like, okay, it's time to start thinking about a different name. It was like right before I became partner. So I was like, let's clean this up.
Well, so when you were drag racing, what's your 8th mile?
I don't remember what the 1/8 of the mile was, but we did mostly quarter mile. Okay. And that truck ran 12.9, best of a 12.9. So it was it's just 4.8 liter. So that's a 294, and it's got no power adder and no nitrous, nothing like that. So it's pretty quick for a little truck. It's not bad.
So do you know about Car Mechanic Simulator 2018?
I've seen you play it. I've seen there's someone else playing it, but I have not played it. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just asking because you rebuild cars from the ground up, like engine, suspension, the body, the interior. I'm totally addicted to that game.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool game.
All right. So before I completely forget, like the first couple questions that I always like to ask, the first one was Super Sport Games. How'd you come up with the name? We nailed that. The second question is kind of a 2-part question, which is what got you into streaming and how long have you been streaming?
Okay, well, I'll answer the second part first. I've only been streaming since October of last year. I started streaming on Facebook, and what got me into it, actually, we got to go back like 4 years ago. I used to do a little internet radio show for the company that I work for, and we did it. It was once a week, and we would interview like other people from other companies, and it was almost like kind of like a business networking. And then at the end of our contract, which it was a year, we got to talk about our own company. And we made like a whole bunch of clips and stuff from that whole interview. Like someone from my company interviewed me instead of me interviewing everybody else. And so I met a lot of people in radio, in doing that. And and the place where we did it, it was a real studio, but we were just broadcasting to the internet instead of over the air. And there was some people high up in 92.9 The Game, which is like a big radio station here in Atlanta. And I said, and over the course of the year, they showed us their studio, which was a couple floors above us, where we would record. And V103 was in that building, which is like a big hip hop station in Atlanta. And there was a couple other stations in there. But I wanted to know how to get into radio, and they said, well, you could basically make some tapes, and you can go do like an unpaid internship. But having a family and stuff, that's kind of hard to do. So I said, what's an alternative? And they said, well, you can go back to school, and there's like a 4-month course, and then you can go right into like a paid internship as long as you take the course first. So I set out on this thing to start recording myself, like doing radio podcasts. And about simultaneously, like end of November, end of September, beginning of October, I found like Facebook gaming came across my feed. And so I was recording all these sports podcasts, and then I was like, you know what? I think it would help if I did like gaming stuff. And I don't know why, so I started just doing stuff from my phone, and it was really was not good. Like I think the first streamer I ever watched on Facebook was a guy. He's here now, but his name is Galaxy Playgrounds on here and on Facebook. And he was streaming the same mobile game I was playing called Clash Royale. And we were streaming to like Omelet Arcade or something was what we used, was like the emulator or whatever. And it was terrible quality. I didn't have a mic. I was just chatting with people as I was playing. I didn't not good is a nice way to put it, said Jacob. And I didn't have a camera, didn't have a mic, didn't have nothing. And but what was crazy, I was getting like all these people were viewing me, and I was just like, what, like, why? And I think what it was, I was streaming at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was getting a whole bunch of international people. And it was taking off from there. And so I was like, okay, well, I got to get better at this. So I downloaded Streamlabs, and I started doing that, and started getting a little bit of production quality to it. And then before you knew it, I was like between 200 and 500 concurrent viewers on Facebook, like every stream off of a mobile game.
Wow.
And yeah, he says bro has 1,000+ Facebook followers. Yeah, and that's where it ended up. But simultaneously, I met Best of the Worst, and I saw his stream, and his stream was like so much better than mine. I mean, even after I added the camera. And I saw that his page wasn't taken off, and I really wanted his to succeed, because I mean it should. And it was a weird thing on Facebook. So then we I don't know, Jacob was pretty much, Best of the Worst was pretty much done over on Facebook, and he found D Live through, I guess, Chaos Keith. He can correct me if I'm wrong. And so Best was like, hey man, you got to see this place. This place is really cool. And then I dual streamed to both Facebook and D Live for a while, and then I just said, the heck with Facebook. So now I'm full-time D Live.
Well, how long have you been streaming on D Live? Uh-oh. So I don't know if I'm live or not, but my computer has frozen. Hold on a second. My camera is being special.
Oh, it's okay.
Apologize. It just, everything freezes on my side, and OBS shits the bed, and it'll come back around. Sorry about that, guys.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, it's
Jacob goes hello.
yeah. It's It's live streaming.
Oh yeah.
Let me see once if I can get. Says I'm offline. There we go. All right.
There it goes. Hey, there's that orange guy.
We're back. We're back. Apparently, the government's paying attention. There can only be one orange face on media. But
Okay.
all right. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. You know, these things happen. This is live streaming after all. So the question I was about to ask Mr. Joe right before it tripped out was: so you've been streaming since October last year on Facebook. How long have you been streaming on D Live?
I've been on D Live since January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And are you a verified partner?
I am a verified partner.
Actually, I knew that. I'm part
Yes,
of the club. But I like to ask. So now that you're over here on D Live, what would you say the major differences are between D Live streaming and Facebook streaming?
Well, there's a lot. Facebook's just super commercial. Lot of restrictions and stuff like that, and you got to be really careful. Uh-oh. What happened to my computer? Uh-oh.
The clicky hitch-ups coming around? I can still hear you
There we
all
go.
right and see you all right.
Okay, we're good. No, you would think the computer wouldn't go to sleep while your video's live. Okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I'll just have to hit the mouse every once in a while. But no, Facebook just seemed really commercial. I mean, they kind of changed the algorithm because all of a sudden, like I said, I was pulling pretty consistent viewers. But like the viewers would be going crazy, but like the chat wouldn't be going crazy. So I didn't know if a lot of them, I don't know if it was botted viewers, and I don't really know why Facebook would want to pump you up like that. But then I kind of learned it could, and I'm not accusing them of anything, but it could have been just because they basically wanted you to, buy ads to help like boost your page. And I did like a free thing, like they gave you like $10 in ad credits, and I pushed one time, and like a lot of people followed the page from it, and a lot of people viewed my page from it, but I don't know, it felt like you were just basically having to pay to play, and you also had to wait. You had to wait until $100 to get paid out, and their payout system was kind of funny. If you relied on Facebook for income, you would have to get extremely consistent income and then hope that it would work like they said they would pay you. I think it was monthly they would pay you. Whereas D Live is basically every 2 weeks now, and they just changed it from $24 ish to like $45 ish that you can take out at one time. But there wasn't a whole bunch of control with Facebook. You were kind of at the mercy of them. And with D Live, I just feel like there's a lot more control over the payout system. But I don't really care about all that because I have a full-time job, but and I've never taken a payout from here. But I don't know. The community on D Live is different as well, like in a good way. I never really had any big problems on Facebook with the community, but I mean just like how everyone talks about D Live, it's so much more supportive here. That's just that's the major thing, just the support that we have here on D Live.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started streaming on D Live because of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily because I'm a streamer or had ever been before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and let's see. Trying to think of some other differences. I don't know, just how when you look at D Live, Facebook is social media first, and then they kind of like added this gaming thing. They kind of shoved this gaming thing in the back end of it, and D Live is all about streaming whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be games. And on Facebook, you were pretty much, if you wanted your hours to count, because you had to get a certain amount of hours to get to the level up program, and then like to keep it, you had to have a certain amount of hours. So here, you have to have the hours here too, but you could stream anything. I mean, you could, if you wanted to stream like a music stream, you could. If you wanted to do just chatting, you could. And you couldn't do that on Facebook. You could, but it just wouldn't count towards your hours.
Oh,
So
I see.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of control that we don't necessarily. It's really not necessary. And so I'm glad to find a place like D Live. So
What is your streaming like? Since you switched to D Live, what is it that you enjoy streaming?
well, since I switched to D Live, we've I've streamed. I've really haven't hardly streamed that mobile game hardly at all. So I'm back to first person shooters and battle royales and all the common stuff that most of the people stream. Stream some Division 2. Enjoyed that one a lot. Still playing that one. Let's see what else. I'm looking over at my games over here on my desktop. Oh, some Realm Royale, some Paladins. Me and Best of the Worst are starting to do like Battle Royale Mondays, but it's starting to go into the rest of the week now. But which is fine. But yeah, we kind of games like that. I want to start getting, and I think I might start it this month because I do stream Lego Harry Potter. Yeah, that's not mine though. My wife streams Lego Harry Potter on her channel here. But yeah, we the racing games. That's kind of like my. Hey, there's Andrea. She's in here watching too. Andrea Laura is my wife, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, but racing games. I'm going to start doing that probably on PlayStation this month. That's kind of like the games that I'm good at is the racing games.
Very good. So let's talk about personal. I mean, I think most people know your first name, though, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, my first name is Joe.
Another Joe in the house. Aloha, friend.
Never too many Joes.
Never. I have a Joe Jr. even. I'm doing my part to keep the Joes in the world.
That's cool.
So you are married.
I am. Yep.
And your wife is also a streamer.
Well, kind of.
Kind of.
She streams when she can. Like, going back to the Facebook comparison, like when we were on Facebook, I mean, it wasn't even a conversation if she'd stream with me or anything like that. It wasn't like I didn't want her to. It wasn't really, there wasn't any draw to do it. But ever since I've come here, like she's like, oh, I want to try that, and I would really like to stream this or stream that, and so yeah, she's done a little bit on her channel, and we want to do more, but we have a little one. She's only she just turned a year old, so we're busy with her, and my oldest will be 7 in July. So we stay busy with the kids. So it's hard to get us both to stream, but we try.
Well, how important we talk a little bit about tips, tricks, things that are helpful for new streamers. So while we're on family, how important is it that your partner, your wife supports you and allows you to stream, or vice versa?
Yeah, I mean it's super important because I mean I see a lot of people on here that they don't have the support from their family, and it makes it really difficult. I prefer Andrew's stream more. Yeah, me too. Um, but I mean, yeah, family support is great. I mean, like even my mom and some of my friends come and support me on here too sometimes. I know when I'm usually when I stream, my stream times at night, usually everyone's just getting ready for bed. But every once in a while they'll come around and support. So that's a lot of help, just having people support along the way. Some other good tips.
Well, we can get into that. I mean, I want to try to finish the segment about you, man. So you said you do have a full-time job outside of streaming as well?
I do. Yep.
Would you care to talk about that particular?
Oh yeah, that's fine, man. Yeah, I do it's carpet cleaning and restoration. A little company out here in Georgia called Eagle Carpet Care, and yeah, that keeps me pretty busy. I've managed and ran that company for, this will be 16 years this year. So it's pretty much everything I know about the workforce is it's from there. So.
How do you find it challenging to find time to stream on a regular basis with the family and the full-time job too?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Representing GA. What's up, bearded Leo? Yeah, yeah. It's definitely challenging because I mean, there's a lot of times I'll come home in the event that I accidentally get home, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll try to catch a stream before dinner or something sometimes, and the whole time I'm looking at my phone on and off because I'm still getting messages from work.
Hmm.
And I got to wait until the kids go to bed most nights, which is like 8:30 before I can start my stream, and then I can't stream too long because I have to get up at 5 a.m. So yeah, no, it's just a balancing act, but and it's taken probably about 3 months to balance that out, but
Mhm.
because like I said, I used to stream on Facebook very early in the morning, and I was at work on my work laptop and my phone before all the employees showed up, and I was, and sometimes they showed up and I was in the middle of a game, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. Shut the laptop." but yeah, it's been a balancing act, but I think I got it now. So
Well, there's a lot of D Live streamers and viewers that are supposed to be at work that are actually on D Live. I've seen
oh, I'm on D
a
Live all day long on my phone.
I've seen a bit of that. Like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, wait, aren't you at work? I mean, yeah.
Yep, yep, yeah. Every time when I pop into someone's stream, like, "Oh, good, how you doing, man?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm at work." So
Yeah, yeah, work. It's funny too because I have one regular viewer, and I say, you keep talking about work. Oh yeah, I'm at work. I'm like, wait, you're at work every day while you watch me? Yeah. I started, don't you think your boss is gonna get mad? She was like, I am the boss. I'm like, oh
right,
well,
yeah, yeah,
then go for it. Why not? So
yeah.
what's your regular schedule at the moment in terms of streaming?
Well, I say that I have Fridays off, but I've been streaming on Fridays. So basically, it's Monday through Friday, 8:30 to about 11 at night Eastern time. So um, and Subtrain, and on the weekends it's pretty much just up in the air. Like it just depends on what we're doing with family. So if we're not too busy Saturday, I'll try to do like a day stream and have Nathan with me because Nathan likes to play a game and stream. Um, and then Sunday, sometimes we'll do the same thing. I'll try to do a day stream and a night stream, but sometimes it's tough to do two different streams in one day. So
And Nathan's your son?
yeah, Nathan's my son.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's the one. He's almost 7. So
All right. Yeah, I
he's
saw him pop his head in before we started. I love it. I love when families get involved with the streaming. The kids are excited about it, and your wife is supportive and streaming. Your mom drops in the channel. I mean, that's when we say D Live is family and friends. It literally is family and friends.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's he was like that podcast stuff that I was talking about. He was real involved with all that because when I was starting to record those, he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He was like, I want to do a little segment." So I would record him too, and he would do like the scores and talk about stuff, and I realized like he knows a lot more than I do because I know a lot about Atlanta sports, but he knows like about everything else. It's crazy. Um, and that's kind of like how he's learned his states and his cities is from like all the baseball and basketball teams. Um,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty neat, and he's already a better gamer than me, so he'll be uh he'll be streaming before too long. Take over, well, not take over, but he'll overtake my channel. So,
That's awesome. Does he have a channel yet?
no, he doesn't.
Okay.
He's Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that. He's a little young, so.
No, no, I'm with you. This is something I need to actually brush up on, but do you know if the community standards of D Live have an age limit?
um, I don't know. I don't know because I know Jake Baldwin. He's 16, and I've seen people younger than him streaming.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
uh,
13 and older, Jacob
13 and
says.
older. Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we actually, for those of you that missed or wonder what happened yesterday, we had YT Jake Baldwin scheduled for a fireside chat. but he had a cricket match run long, and so we've rescheduled his, or we are going to reschedule his. But
Oh,
I
cool.
I don't want to be the guy that says, "What's cricket?" Like I know I've heard of
Yeah.
it. I'm pretty sure there's a stick and a ball. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask him. So we were talking about D Live and streaming, and we want to give tips and tricks for new streamers. So what's something that you found has helped you in terms of streaming? And it could also, it's a two-part question. Maybe what's something that would hurt somebody for streaming, and something that would help?
Um, there's, there's. I'm trying to think of the first one. Like, what would hurt? I mean, I guess I really. I mean, there's a lot of things that could hurt. I mean, it just. I mean, like if you start off your channel as saying, "I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm not going to talk about, you know, religion," and then all of a sudden you just kind of start talking about that stuff, um, that could hurt. But I have seen a lot of channels that are very very political, but you go in there expecting that, so I mean,
Hmm.
it doesn't hurt them. Um, what else? I stuff to help. Some tips and stuff. Because like I haven't been doing it very long, so like everyone I watch, I just pick up stuff from them.
Hmm.
Um, but some tips and stuff is really just to, I mean, watch your playbacks, watch your replays, because because not only just technical issues, because I mean I almost work on technical stuff like almost every single stream, just little stuff here and there, little tweaks. And like I realized like, okay, my cheap Amazon mic is not gonna make it. Like it's I mean it works, but it doesn't sound good. And like the camera that I use, it's a good camera, but I mean eventually you'll want to upgrade. So technical stuff like that. But really your replays, you learn your mannerisms, and
Hmm.
you might pick up some stuff that you do that you might want to stop doing or start doing. Just it depends, just how you are. Like I know, like right now I'm talking to you, I'm looking at myself like I like readjust my shirt all the time, and like I'm kind of hunched over when I'm talking to you. Like that's, I mean, it could have to do with this giant chair that I'm sitting in, but but things like that. So I'm trying to think some other things you can do too. Um, just I don't know. I pick up stuff from all kind of people. That's really my thing. Just watch people and not copy, but just get ideas from other people.
Yeah, like you were talking about little things, and I've noticed myself watching replays. Like when you start to like disappear like this, you start slouching in the chair, and you're like, "Oh wow, I'm not even on the screen anymore."
Yeah,
Or you get like rolled off to one side because you're not paying attention. It's amazing how much you could pick up just by watching your playbacks.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, and like I don't slam anybody that does this, because sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's needed. But like I try really hard not to cuss in my streams.
Hmm.
Um, Pretty much because if Nathan or somebody watches it back, like they don't have to hear their dad cussing on stream. And then and then sometimes when we're going through D Live, like I know which people kind of overly do it,
Hmm.
and don't. So because in real life, like I cuss a lot, so like to restrain myself on camera isn't easy, but I don't really cuss on stream. If I do, it's every once in a while. So
Yeah, and I actually try to be. I mean, I was in the military, so I it's hard for me not to cuss. But
yeah.
both of my sons they're 15 and 19. Both of them like to watch my stream. My mom joined D Live because of me, likes to watch my stream.
Hmm.
Two of my brothers are on D. It's like, I mean, this isn't. It's one thing you turn on the camera and you don't know anybody, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do what I want. But we seem to be moderating our behavior a little more on D Live because it's friends and family and people we know.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh
such
yeah.
an arbitrary audience anymore.
Yeah. And it's interesting because like I don't like running the company that I have for as long as I have. I've really lost a lot of faith in in humanity. And I mean everything from just employees and relations with them, and some clients are better than others and not better than others. So like streaming here, it's really like you just find that, I mean, there's a lot of good people, and so and like in real life, taken from D Live to real life, like I give people more of a chance,
Mm.
now than like I don't have as much of a short, and that could be because I'm getting old too, but but I don't have as much of a short fuse anymore with people, so that helps.
I I really like how don't worry about the shirt, man. Let's show a little neck. It's all right. Don't
My
be scared. No, no.
my mom told me that yeah, I could be like best of the worst. His stream the other day.
No, no, we don't want to talk about that.
um,
Wait,
man, that was epic.
so we were talking about tips and tricks, and you actually hit on something that I don't want to forget it. We were talking about, technical issues and how we work on those daily. And one of the tips that I'd like to just give to people is have somebody that will come in your channel when you start streaming and check your audio for you.
Yeah,
How's your mic sound? Are you playing music? Is the music volume too loud or too quiet? Is the
yeah. I
games,
always ask.
game sounds too loud or too quiet?
Yeah, yeah. No, that helps a lot too, because I don't know what it is, but it seems like it changes like every stream. So
Right?
like I don't mess with the settings at all, but it seems like it. Best Lore said, "Tip: dress appropriately." um, but yeah, no, that helps, especially when someone comes in there, because it's hard to try to like have your phone next to you and like try to like mute everything real quick and listen to it. So it definitely helps someone coming in there. So.
Absolutely. So it's now since we're talking about it, like how you dress, right? How you present yourself publicly. I feel like most streamers pay attention to that, but
Mhm.
that's definitely something to mention, right? Like you are presenting yourself, your company, your business. That's what this is, and should probably try to present the best possible image you can.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's for sure. Um, and I've thought about that too. It's like, oh, that reminds me of something I wanted to say. Yeah, so doing what I've done for so long, like we joke about it. We, as in the people who run my company, but we said, if we could ever find like an occupation that does not have any employees, any clients, and you can still make money, let me know. And if you think about it, I mean, you can make the argument that your followers are kind of your clients, but I mean they're really not. Uh, and like streaming is kind of it. Like you don't have to have any employees, you have no clients, and if you wanted to, you could live off of it. I mean, plenty of people do. So I thought that's kind of interesting. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like you said earlier that you haven't tried to take any payouts from D Live because you have a job. I'm the same way. I've never tried to take a payout from this platform. I just give back all the Lino that I get to other streamers. I've locked in, purchased Lino and locked it in, to support the Lino network. But you can legitimately make money streaming and pay your bills doing it.
yeah, you could. Yeah, you definitely could. I mean, and if it ever comes to that, like I mean, I work so much. I just like my streams are so short. I like we were joking the other night. Like I think I went like 3.5 hours, and Jacob was like, "This is the longest stream that Joe's ever had." And I mean, I guess if I stream more, I mean, I guess I could maybe make something of it one day. But I'm not. I'm not really. I'm not counting on it. But you definitely can. I mean, there's plenty of people that do it.
Well, that's interesting that you say you don't stream that much because I've seen you basically on you're on D Live pretty much all the time, like Roadhouse. All right, I had to give him a
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Thank you, Fathead. Yeah, like I didn't realize that you don't stream that much because literally you're in. channels all over D Live basically all day long. And so it just didn't occur to me that you're not streaming. You're actually more of a viewer on D Live than a streamer at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm a professional viewer. but but you know, I'm on here all the time. I just, you know, like I supported a lot of people on Facebook when I was there,
Mm-hmm.
and it just and they supported me too. I mean that's pretty much how me and Jacob even met. I mean, we were in the they don't really do Discord real heavy on Facebook. They have Facebook groups, and like we were in the Level Up Gaming group, and like I saw his name, like the name of his channel, Best of the Worst. It's like, oh, that's really cool. Like that was, you know, it's pretty eye catching. So I went to his channel, and then we just started talking back and forth, and we started supporting each other, and and I mean that was really cool. But like here, I feel like I mean the support's like more direct. I don't know if that makes any sense, but um,
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you. You said that you were supporting people on Facebook, but I've heard people say that it's kind of difficult to buy and support and transfer credits on Facebook.
yeah, it
You,
is, and they take such a huge cut too.
mm.
Actually, less so. I think less so than the other major ones, but they still take a pretty big cut. So,
Do you find it easier to support people on D Live in terms of like
uh,
directly?
yeah, and a lot of it has to do with you're not distracted as much on D Live, which is weird to say since there's like so many streams, and then when you're following like, you know, 400 or 500 people, but but like when you're on D Live, you're only looking at, you know, streams. But when you're on Facebook, you've got your Facebook Messenger, you've got whatever other things that you follow, all your friends, and then you have the Facebook gaming streams. So um, it's more, you know, it's more focused here. So
Yeah, I see. I was going to ask what did you mean, but you clarified it quite well. And I do find that a lot of us are very easily distracted, and
yeah,
D Live is nice because it's just the stream and the chat and nothing else.
yeah, yeah. And like I'll feel bad sometimes. Like I'll jump into someone's stream. And I'm like, hey, I'm only here for a minute because I'm at work, and 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 then I'll be like, hey, I'll be right back, and then I'll never come back, or I'll go check their channel and they're already offline. But that, I jump around so much. It's hard to support everybody, but I try to jump in there just to say hey to people, and and just at least make my presence known. Be like, hey, I'm here to support you. I might not be able to, you know, donate that much every time, but I try to give something. But I found the best way to support people, and I did this a whole bunch before I was partner. I still do it a lot now, um, but it's only reason why it's slowed down a little bit is because my work has picked up.
Mm.
Um, but being on Twitter, I just anytime I see someone streaming, I go to their Twitter and maybe they forgot to tweet. I'll go ahead and make a tweet for them, tag them if they're on Twitter.
Ah.
Sometimes they're not, and then I'll tag their page, and then I'll do like, you know, like at official D Live, at D Live
Mm.
retweets, promo, unified, army, whoever. Like there's like 1,000 D Lives, but I'll try to tag a whole bunch of them, and then try to push their stream like that. Because I feel like, that's a good support too. So when I can't sit there in your chat, you know, I could do that and then, you know, get back to whatever I was doing. So
Actually, I wanted to commend you on that because before I start these fireside chats, I like to put out a tweet, then say, hey, we're going to go live in 15 or whatever it is. And when I
mm-hmm.
went to Twitter to tweet it out, you had already done it. And it was you're one of the first streamers who had already had it ready to go. So let's talk about that a little bit. How important is social media like Twitter in terms of supporting your stream?
I feel like it's pretty big. Um, Discord is probably bigger than Twitter. I feel, well, for me at this point, because I have such a small little group on Twitter, but like I'm in a whole bunch of Discord channels and talk to a lot of those people. And like I don't even have. It's funny, like I don't even have my own Discord channel. Oh, hold on a second. Awesome, buddy.
Yes,
Awesome.
I saw it.
Nathan Nathan's still on that sports kick. He's like, oh, the Braves won 3-1.
Nice.
But anyway, What was I saying?
I don't know. I was distracted too.
Someone
Somebody,
in chat.
somebody keep us on track, damn it. Oh, we were talking about social media in
Oh,
terms
that's
of
right.
how important it is between Twitter, and you were talking about how important Discord is.
Yeah, like I don't even. That's what I was saying. I don't even have my own Discord. I basically use Jacob Best of the Worst Discord as my own,
Hmm.
pretty much. um, uh, but no, I'm active in a whole bunch of them and try to talk to everybody in there. That's big. Twitter's big. I didn't even have a Twitter until I came to D Live. Like that's for real. And when I made it, I didn't know. Like I didn't really. I full disclosure, I didn't really read all the stuff about becoming a verified partner before I even applied. but
It happens. Good thing there's no
yeah.
staff in here listening.
But shut it off. But but I didn't realize that they wanted you to have such a big social media presence. But I made the Twitter for my DLive account, and only for my DLive account. Like I don't even have a personal Twitter. The only social media I have is Facebook. But like I've been looking at other stuff as well. Like Reddit might be a good one to get into. Like I've like looked at Reddit like twice in my life.
I was gonna
So
say I don't have any experience with Reddit. What is that, like
no,
a
not me either.
photo type site like Instagram or something?
I don't think it's photo type. I think it's more of like a forum based
Oh, okay.
site. But like I've hardly messed with it. But that seems to be like a big like the stickers for DLive, the global stickers.
Mhm.
They were just upvoted on. That's how they kind of picked who was going to be on that. Was on Reddit. You can upvote a sticker that you like,
Mm.
and it got put in the global stickers for the event. So that was cool. What else? I still post on Facebook from time to time. Like I have a group that a lot of my top fans are in. Not top fans. That what is it like? Just people that were followed the page closely. So every time I post there, they get an alert. So I still use that. I'm trying to think what else I do.
There's something I haven't actually started doing it like consistently, but I did set up a fan group also on Steam because most of the games I play I launch from Steam, and you can send
Mhm.
alerts that way too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But
That's a good idea.
so the two main ones I think for social media presence for D Live specifically would be Twitch. They're very heavy on that, which hashtags, use hashtags on Twitter and tell people
Hashtag.
about. That's right. Tell people about live streaming. Tell them about your channel, and you will definitely bring more viewers into your stream.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
and
Yeah.
then the second one is obviously Discord, which we've been talking about. It's a voice and video chatting service. You can set up private servers for free. DLive, I just put a link in chat. DLive has their Discord. They want you to be active on that because that's where the announcements are. That's where general help is. All the staff and guardians are there, so you can actually communicate with them directly if you have some sort of a concern on your stream. It's a wonderful thing, and I've had phone calls, video chats with other streamers. Maybe they're having a bad day and they need to talk. It's been a really great way to communicate when you're not streaming, and really get to know people.
Oh yeah. 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 Because like Enforcer J, he didn't have his Discord set up until like I don't know. Like I mean, he was already super popular on DLive here until he set up his Discord and and his whole community is like taken off. It's really cool
Hmm.
to see. So I've thought about making my own Discord, but I'm really I feel comfortable being in best of the worsts thing. Like he says it all the time. Like we're not really a streaming team or anything like that, but like and he doesn't say this, but I say this. We're more of like a family. So and we call or I call everybody. It hasn't caught on yet, but I call everyone that this is the worst family. So
I'm part of the worst family.
yeah, you are part of the worst
I'm a
family.
huge fan. So something you hit on earlier, and I would like to talk about it. I find it's incredibly important if you're going to be streaming with, like, for instance, I'll use myself. Author Joe Holt is my stream name. If you go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any of them, Discord, and you type in Author Joe Holt, you will find me. So I like to just say, you know, it's important for branding purposes that you try to keep the same name across all platforms. That way,
Yep.
like you said, when you go to Twitter and you try to retweet somebody's stream name and you can't find them,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're on Twitter, but maybe under a different handle. So they've just missed out on a good opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I try to keep everything consistent too. That was kind of difficult when I changed my name from SS Gaming to Super Sport Games, because it was like, oh, I gotta change everything. But luckily, like I said, I just made the Twitter for D Live, so it wasn't too. And Twitter makes it really easy to change all that stuff, so it wasn't a big deal. The biggest problem was getting Facebook to change. Is changing my name from SS Gaming to Super Sport Games. They didn't want me to change it to that. They were literally writing me a message like, you cannot change your name to that because it looks like you're changing it from a streaming website to or a streaming channel page, whatever, to a sports page. And I was like, no. I'm elaborating on what the SS means because I'm trying not to be racist, apparently. So, but
they gave you a hard time about that?
They did, but all I had to do was like just put super and sport as the same word, and they were fine.
I see.
Yeah.
I find like a lot of these other platforms, there is a lot of censoring and control, you know, like you can't be as free with what you want to stream and what you want to talk about, you know, on other platforms. DLive is basically, if you're not violating the community standards, you can stream anything you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Darth Merce just said PS4 people can change their handles to match their screen names, because God, there was someone I was talking to the other day, but their PSN name was like Booty Snatcher 69 or something, and I was just like, oh. Apparently they made that like when they were like, 12 years old or something, but now PlayStation lets you change your handle, so that's good.
Well, that's something to actually hit on. You know, we've seen an increase in cringe-worthy names on DLive. Like, how important is it, do you think, to choose what appropriate name? I don't know. It's a nice way to say it, but
yeah, I mean, but sometimes that might be the shtick, is to have like the borderline name, but no, I mean, it definitely helps, because I know, like with mine, elaborating it and making it super sport, a lot of people don't. Besselor said, "So is Booty Snatch now open? Is that taken?" But there's what was I gonna say?
Yeah, we try to ignore Jacob till the end of the interview. That way we can keep our train of thought.
I know. I'm about to close the chat. I'm just kidding. Oh gosh, what was I saying?
All right, you guys, you did a good job derailing them, chat. So if you guys have questions and comments for Joe, by all means, start putting them in the chat, because
ask me whatever.
We're gonna be distracted anyway.
I have an open book, but no, I mean, but when the super sport thing, it's like everyone just thinks I play sports games, which I mean, it's fine, but it's okay. It starts a conversation at least. So.
Do you feel pressure to play more sports games now because of your name change?
No, not really, but I mean, no, but I can explain it to some people, because like people overseas, they don't really know what super sport. They don't know what a super sport Camaro is or whatever. They don't know what the super sport tag is. So I get to explain it, and I know when I'm explaining it to some people, they look it up. So,
but you probably made somebody really sad who wants to stream, sport games by taking that name.
I don't know how many people. It's a long name. I mean, look at like it almost takes up like half of that box underneath my face there. So it's a long name. And at the beginning, when I first changed it, I kept on putting Super Sports with an S game. So I can't tell you how many times I put that web link wrong in places, but it's whatever.
Yeah, definitely want to put something in there you can remember.
Yeah. And now everyone just calls me Joe, or they call me SSG, or there's still some people that say SS, but it's whatever.
Yeah, like I hadn't thought about it, but I pretty much just call you Joe. But I think it's just because I'm partial to that name.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
Enforcer always just calls me Superman because he's like, "Oh, Superman," and he's like, Superman, okay, well."
like it.
Yep.
So, guys, do you have, if anybody has any direct questions for our friend Supersport Games, please go ahead and start filtering those through chat. Nobody knows what a merce is. Yeah, I don't.
Male nurse.
Ah,
Uh-huh. And it's Darth Merce because he's a big Star Wars fan.
indeed. Yeah, the name, I find the name is incredibly important. Like, it tells people a lot about your personality. And some people, like some of the streamers that I watch on a regular basis, I found them because I liked the name that they chose.
Biggest advantage of D Live over Facebook. The biggest advantage is that it's not a social media website. That's probably the biggest advantage. But I think I feel like you don't get lost in the shuffle here, even though there's a whole bunch of streamers, even with the PewDiePie thing, even with all that, there's a whole bunch of new people here now. I feel like you still don't, if you put in, I don't want to say you put in the work because it's really not like work, but you put in the effort. I mean, you don't really get lost here like you do on Facebook.
Mhm.
And like that's not really my goal, is to get like super popular and noticed, but it is nice when people do actually come in and watch and talk with you. That's like why are we really streaming? So that's probably the biggest thing is you don't really get lost in the shuffle here.
Do you find that the numbers are important here, like subscribers or followers, that sort of thing, like they were on
um
Facebook?
the numbers, I mean, except for the milestones, just so you can get to your achievements, your progression achievements. Besides that, not really. I mean, I don't really care. Like I did on Facebook, I was doing a big thing. Like I did a big giveaway at 1,000 followers, and like when I was hitting the 900s, yeah, I was starting here, and I was really trying to stagger that. And not because I didn't want to do the giveaway, but because I was trying to time it, because I was starting. I realized, okay, I'm not really going to come back to Facebook because D Live's just it's way better. So I was just like, well, let me try to stagger my numbers. I don't want to hit 1,000 because every time I'd stream, I'd pick up like 20 followers, and it was like, well, let's not uh, let's not um, I don't know. I really just didn't want to do that giveaway for the Facebook community when my D Live community was taken off. But what's funny about that giveaway is that I hit it. I hit the 1,000, did the giveaway, and the people that I messaged about the giveaway never came forward to claim the giveaway. It was $250 cash. There was no BS about it. It wasn't going to be like some obscure gift card to something that you'll never use or something like that, or credits in a game. It was cash money. Like, I'm sending you a gift card. Like that's what it's going to be. And so I messaged them several times, and I never gave it away. So there's that kind of, if that's not a testament to Facebook maybe kind of manipulating their viewership a little bit, I don't know what is.
So we haven't actually talked about that yet on Fireside Chats, the giveaways. Do you find that improves audience participation? Obviously, not in some manner, but do you feel like it's important to do giveaways?
um I mean, I have done them, and like those streams are definitely more popular. um I like doing them because like my hopes are, and like I don't feel like, I don't know. There's a lot of people who will come in there and be like, "Hey, I don't want to be in the giveaway," because they might be a bigger streamer here, or they just don't want to be in it. But my thing is, like, with the giveaway is I'm hoping that whatever I'm giving away, maybe I'm helping someone that's a smaller streamer, or helping someone that like really needs it, that are maybe just starting here. Now, with that being said, I could just like give it to a smaller streamer. I mean, I could, um, but but I feel like the giveaways will make stream popular. It might bring in a couple followers, but you got to be careful with how many you do because it could be just, it could be false followers. It could be people that'll never come in again or only come in for the giveaways. And then also, you also don't want to like have that feeling about those people. Like if you don't ever see them again, oh, they were only there for the giveaway. That might not be the case. They might just be watching other people, So I don't know. If you do it, I probably wouldn't do it a lot. Like I don't do it a whole lot. I did it for when I reached 10 subs. I gave a Ninjagini to Only Toasted. He won, and I went into his stream. Like I asked him, "Do you want me just to transfer it, or do you want it on stream?" And he goes, "No, I've never gotten given a Ninjagini, so come give it to me on stream." So I did, and I have the little clip on my Facebook page. And it was really cool. I mean, it felt good to do it because I mean, the guy, he was really excited about it. And I was going to do one at 15 subs, which I'm really close now. And I really just do it just because it's, I don't know. It's just kind of a nice thing to do, really.
Yeah,
Let me read some of these other ones.
Just a way to give back. Yeah, I've been keeping up with those. I've had some pretty good experiences with giveaways. When I first started streaming, I was giving away autographed, personalized copies of my books. And since I have 8 books in print, I let people choose the book that they want out of all 8 and send them that. And I need to order more books so I can keep giving away. But I gave away so many books in such a short period of time that I forgot who all I would give a book to. And
yeah,
partially because I have brain damage and memory stuff, but it's still fun where I'll be hanging out and streaming, chatting, and somebody comes into the stream and be like, "Dude, I just got the book you mailed me. It made my day. Thank you very much." It's nice. You have these like positive ripple effects.
Oh, remind me when we're done. I would like to see a link for that book too, or one of the books, or your collection, because I've been meaning to ask you that like since you first started talking about the books. But
there you go, authorjoeholt.com.
Oh, okay. So, easy enough.
And I was going to say, you've got to make it easy for people to find you. So, like, we're streaming on dlive.tv/ and then whatever your stream name is, right? Author Joe Holt. Well, what I did was I went and purchased authorjoeholt.tv and forwarded that to my DLive page. So now it's another way for people to find me. Through, you can actually add custom URLs to your stream page.
Well, let me answer some of these questions because they've been up here for a minute. Biggest drawback to DLive, because there has to be one. There's always room for improvement. Oh yeah, definitely. I think even with PewDiePie here, I think the biggest drawback is still that organic audience. Like we don't like when you stream on Facebook, like the organic audience just shows up. Like there's like it might not be a lot, but people do find you just by searching in social media, or how the algorithm works is just kind of like your interests. It'll pop up for you quicker than it would like say if you like the Call of Duty page on Facebook, Call of Duty gaming streams, until you tell Facebook, hey, I don't want to see this kind of post anymore, it'll keep on popping up for you. And it could be, it could be someone who has a paid ad, or it could be a small streamer, big streamer, whatever. And when you see that pop up, I mean, that's like free advertisement, and it's a little bit more difficult here on DLive just because we don't have that organic pull, but it is getting better because we are starting to have more viewers, because our biggest fans and most of our viewers are also other streamers, which is good and bad in a way, but that's probably the biggest drawback is just that organic viewer that just pops in out of nowhere. PS4 or PC, you are always going back and forth. PC, man. PC with a PS4 controller.
Nice.
Everyone goes nuts when I use my controller on the PC, but I'm getting better with mouse and keyboard. I'm getting better.
Yeah, I use a 360 controller on the PC.
Oh, I skipped over Best's question. How many farts have been put into that chair? Several. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's not something we count. Yeah.
Hey Joe, have you ever streamed on other platforms besides Facebook and DLive? No, I have not. Those are the only two. Like the Facebook thing was kind of by accident, and then the D Live thing was on purpose. So so no, just those two. That was from AJ Murphy. Let's say, did you star in Shazam? What?
Actually, you remind me of Joe from Blue's Clues with the green screen and big chair.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Daker says, "Have you ever thought about making a Patreon page to help your full-time stream? Help you full-time stream."
Let me see. Let me get down to that one. Oh, the shenanigans. What is this? Have you thought about making a Patreon page to help full time? No, I really haven't. Maybe I like sub for nudes. Jeez, these guys. No, I haven't really thought about that. Curse. Might be something to think about. I don't know.
I don't think it's necessary, to be honest with you. The whole idea for a Patreon page is so that mainly artists, content creators, can be who aren't necessarily making money from the creation of their art, can be paid and supported by the people who enjoy watching what they create, right? Well, on DLive, you're creating content by live streaming, and they can donate directly to you on the platform. It seems counterproductive to then try to move that over to Patreon, because to be global partner, and you need to be making X amount of Lino a month on this platform, so you would actually be taken away from that.
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends, like, because I've heard several things about DLive. Like DLive, I've heard some people say that DLive is like for beginner streamers, which I don't know. But then some people say that like DLive is for where streamers end up going once they're just kind of tired of the BS from other places, which that to me feels like more than the former. But I don't know. I just I feel like then the other thing is that like a lot of people will stream to DLive, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they're trying to get their name out there. And I guess they're just trying to figure out like which one takes off, or maybe all of them. I have a hard time keeping my focus on one, let alone like five. So I stick with one, because when I was dual streaming both to Facebook and DLive for like the first 2 months I was here, I told myself I wanted to do 3 months to try to get a lot of my viewers over to DLive, and then just kind of cut out Facebook. But I had a hard time focusing on both. So that was just I kind of called it quits with Facebook pretty early on. So.
Yeah, so we're talking with Super Sport Games today on Fireside Chats, just getting to know Joe a little bit better, talking about streaming, talking about Lino. I can get paid from DLive. Yes, you can get paid from DLive. It's one of the great thing that I love about DLive is you can start accepting donations the very first stream, very first time you go live, and you get the money, the Lino, directly in your wallet as it's being donated.
Yeah, Punchy knows that. I think he was joking.
I know he was, but it's something we like to discuss, because I know you guys like to fun around and stuff and chat, but we're actually trying to provide legitimate information for people here, right? So we do joke around and stuff, but the whole point of these is to share information, not only about the streamer, because right, a lot of times when you're streaming, you're just a little face in the corner and people are more focused on the game. So we're trying to get to know you on a more personal level, but also we're trying to help new viewers. Like, I didn't even know what streaming was until 2017.
Yeah.
Somebody said live streaming to me. I don't know what that means,
Let's see, Beth said, what do you think is your next goal as a streamer? To not suck at the games that I play. That would be my next goal. But I don't know. I would love for it to. I know a lot of us say we don't stream for the money, but I would love for it to like pay for my streaming stuff. Like, and it's not much. Like my next thing would be like, I kind of want to add a stream deck just to spruce up the stream a little bit, and I want to change the mic that I have. It doesn't cost a whole lot. I could fund it right now, but it would be cool if because like when I used to race, it was weekend warrior stuff. But every once in a while we'd have like little tournaments and grudge races, and my truck wasn't very fast, so I bracket raced. And if y'all don't know what that is, you basically just dial in what time you want your car runs. Like I consistently ran a 13.0, and actually when I ran that 12.9, I lost $100 on that race because I broke out of my bracket. But you try to get as close to that time as possible, and like almost always I was racing somebody faster. So someone would try to chase me down because their time was faster. So like say I was racing an 11-second car, I would leave 2 seconds sooner, and then they would have to chase me down and pass me without breaking out of their bracket to win. And like so I would have a little bit of money, and that would fund every time I blew a transmission, which was like 9 times in that truck. So I never broke even from that, by the way. Racing, I do not recommend it. It's a very expensive hobby, but and I'm sure my wife is glad I'm streaming now because it's much cheaper. But but yeah, it'd be cool for like the stream to fund the gear that comes along with it.
Sure. I was gonna say, if a good mic on Amazon or anywhere really, Yeti Blue for $100.
Yeah.
And you could put
with I got like a $15 mic. It's not good.
The nice thing about like the Yeti Blue is and using OBS, you can put noise gates on the mic and suppression filters. So even though there's people in the same room talking, they wouldn't come through the mic if you had the noise gate set.
Right. Yeah.
So just little tricks.
Let's see. We got.
What do you think about the new payout method? Straight to bank versus PayPal. Actually, I didn't even know that was a thing. I dig it.
I have a PayPal, but like I really don't use it. So to me, it's okay. The only thing I would be a little worried about is that you're putting a lot of your personal information on a website. I know it's very secure and all that kind of stuff, but it's still your bank information. But I mean, you technically every time you do an online transaction, even though most of that's credit card, I mean, you're still putting your information out there. I think that would probably be the only lingering thing, but at the same time, everything's digital now, so it's just like whatever. And your bank has fail safes too. So if you do happen to have your information stolen, if you're with a decent bank, they usually take care of you. Let's see. What else? That was a good question, by the way, Jacob. About my next goal. What type of games do you play? Pretty much like first-person shooters, BRs. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, Mr. D. We were talking about pretty much my bread and butter games, which is like racing games, the games that I'm decent at. I'm probably gonna start playing those this month. Kind of have to buy one first, but because I think the last racing game that I played on stream was not on stream, sorry, on for like a long period of time was Gran Turismo for PS3. So it's been a long time. Let's see. What do you think about community events on DLive? I like the community events. I like them. They're pretty fun. I haven't gotten to participate in a single one. I couldn't stream either time for the PewDiePie thing. I didn't get to do the May the 4th thing, which I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I can appreciate it though. I thought all that was really cool. And if I had the time, I probably would have did some kind of get up or something, but I didn't get around to it. But I do like the idea of it.
I mean, I'm not even a huge Star Wars nut, but I still went on Steam and looked for Star Wars games. They're selling 5 retro games for $10, and so I streamed like 1989, 1991 Star Wars games yesterday. It was the cool thing about the DLive community events, in my opinion. If you are engaged with them, it basically, you get to meet new people, you get to try new games, you get to have something outside of your normal streaming schedule, so it kind of livens it up. I find them to be awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, and they also do a lot of events here too with like they did the Apex tournament. I think they did that twice. And that was really cool. I didn't participate in that one because I'm not very good at Apex, but it was fun to watch and support Enforcer. I was really pulling for him. I wish they would do more of those type of things, like pull a game. What was the last one they did? Was the one that Lethal Toast was doing? It wasn't Rocket League, was it? It was something else. Overwatch. Overwatch.
Right.
Which I play Paladins and I'm decent at it. I'd really like to play Overwatch because I feel like I'd probably be pretty good at that one too. But
Well, and DLive's also trying to promote the creative community. So there's like a separate Discord just for like DLive creative artists.
Yeah,
So
I'm in that one too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's great because there's people who make digital art, people who paint and draw, there's musicians, there's people who cook. I mean it's really cool like how varied the artistic community is on DLive and the fact that DLive is supporting that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's see. You play Xbox, PS4, or PC? I play PS4 and PC. Mostly PC right now, just because it's a lot easier to just stream just like that.
When you stream off the PS4, do you do that with the capture card or directly from the console?
I do a capture card. Yeah.
Now, could you explain what that means? Because I've never used a capture card. Is that something in your computer that your console's plugged into?
Some people have internal capture cards, but mine is external. It's just it's got a USB wire that goes to the capture card from the computer, and then there's a HDMI that goes from the capture card to the TV that you're playing, or the screen monitor, whatever that you're playing it on, and then so basically your capture card it's like a little oval shaped little card. You can connect your headset to it because like for like PS4 folks, we have to use. There's ways around it, but I use a chat link cable because just so your audio comes through on stream correctly. I don't do that unless I'm playing with people that need to hear their audio too. Let's see what else. But yeah, it's just an external card, and it's the bridge between the PlayStation or your Xbox, whatever console, and your computer. And it just sends the input to it.
You mentioned to me before we started the stream that you're going to be moving soon, and I think Daycurse probably knows that because they asked, "What are you looking forward to in your new man cave?"
Oh yeah, the new man cave. So yeah, we're moving. We're gonna move to. It's gonna be a slightly smaller house, but it's gonna be more functional. It's kind of and we're looking to move kind of back to the area where we used to move. Where we used to live. But I'll be in the basement now. So because as you can see behind me a little bit there, that's we're in my master bedroom. So and even though the hold on, I'm gonna screw you up now, aren't I?
That's good there.
Okay. Sorry. But the master bedroom is really big and it's nice and everything. But at night when I'm streaming real late and my wife's trying to sleep, she'll either go sleep in another room or I'll just have to kill my lights. But she's been a real trooper about it. So us putting it in the basement is gonna help a lot of things, especially the marriage. It'll help that too. So, but what am I looking forward to in it? Just getting more organized. I mean, how I had to rearrange the room, I thought it was going to be worse because for showing the house. But how I've rearranged the room now, it's actually exactly how I want it in the new house. So hopefully that, and I'm probably going to be adding, like I run 2 computers right now, but it's not a 2 PC setup. I think I'm going to eventually run a 2 PC setup. So we'll have that in the new, but that's probably what I'm looking forward to is having the 2 PC setup. So
I think the answer to the question, what are you looking forward to in your new man cave, would be you being in your new man cave.
Yeah, they're pretty much.
Looking forward to you being in it.
McGiblet says, how do you feel about people coming into your chat looking for follow, and how do you think is the best way to deal with those people? To be honest with you, like when on Facebook we didn't have follow. It was like you kind of had it was interesting on Facebook because your page name, like you could be totally anonymous on Facebook if you wanted to. Like people didn't even know who your real identity was. They just seen your page name, kind of like how it is here. But so when you followed somebody, say like my name popped up, so and so is following you. Like for instance, okay, Punchy Gaming on here. He is from he's from Facebook, and I had to tell him, hey, so and so, that's me, Joe. There, that's me. Super Sports Games from D Live from Facebook, like that's me. Oh, okay. So then we know. But so the follow for follow thing over there wasn't really an issue. Here on D Live is totally new to me. Follow for follow. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, cool, follow for follow. I follow you, you follow me. That's great. And I did it until I had like 30 or 40 follows. And then all of a sudden, like you would look at it and I would have 40 and then I would have like 36 and then I would go back up to like 38. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was focusing a lot on, they used to have it on D Live where you can like search and
Daddy,
hold
there's
on.
all the characters.
Hey buddy, I'm talking bud. Okay. But they had it on D Live to where you can like search for who's following you and who you're following. Now you have to go through your whole thing, your whole list to search it. But I used to go in there and at the very beginning I'd be like, okay, figure out who unfollowed me and then go and unfollow them. And it was kind of toxic. So like I don't really care for the follow for follow. Unless it's kind of like, like we know each other type of thing. Or like, hey, I've been in your stream for a little while. Like now that I have the check mark next to my name, like, I'm a streamer. Because at first you're like, oh, do you stream here or are you just a viewer? Especially since PewDiePie has come here, there's a lot more questions about people without the check mark. Oh, do you stream or not? Which a couple clicks you can kind of figure out if they stream.
Sure, you can just if you're on the PC, you can just look to see if they have replays.
Right. Yeah. And but sometimes people are just new, and they're looking to stream here. So people still ask too, but how do I deal with them? That little sticker that says "Follow me" with the circle around it. I usually just ignore it, and if they go crazy with it, I'll time them out, or I'll just delete the sticker. I usually don't say anything until it like starts to become like most of my chat, and then I'm like, okay, hey guys, I'll check out your page, and I'll say that, and that's usually enough to curb them, even though I'm kind of full of it. But I mean, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I do go look at it. Darth says follow creates a false community. It does because it's just numbers at that point. Because are they actually going to come and watch you? But like for instance, like McGiblet who asked that question, I forget how we met. I don't know if you saw me in my stream or yours, or I was in yours. I don't really remember. I want to say I want to say you were in Jacob's stream, and then we dropped the Discord. Then we started talking. But you see, that's different. At that point, it's not really follow. It's like, okay, you stream, I stream. Just kind of now we're following each other, and not only that, we're supporting each other. We're in each other's channels too. So,
Yeah, I mean that. Just to
difference.
speak a little more specifically about the follow button on D Live, it's like if you had cable television and there's 1,000 channels on cable television, and there's 24 channels that you like to watch all the time, you can add those channels to a favorite button, and it makes it easier for you to find the channels you like. That's literally what the follow button's for on D Live. Like you go into people's streams, you like their content, you want to know when they're live. There's right in the middle of the top of the screen, it says following at the top of the D Live page. If you click on that, and the people that you followed, if they're live, they're going to show up on that list in alphabetical order. So it makes it really easy to find out if your favorite streamers are live. But if you're doing follow for follow and you have hundreds or 1,000 or more channels, it doesn't help at all, really, in terms of finding people that you want to watch.
Yeah, that's right.
I would just encourage you guys to use the follow button for what it was intended for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. But when it comes in your chat, it's like it's hard. You don't want to be rude because they might be like how I was in the beginning. Like they just not really sure what that's all about, and then a lot of the people who do that, they're usually the younger community too. So I try to be as nice as possible. I'm talking mostly about the people who just come and don't say anything other than follow for follow. Oh well, I wouldn't follow him back. But
he answered the question well, which is be polite, be kind, say whatever you need to say to get them to calm down, or if they won't, you can time them out, you can mute them.
Yeah. If you get to know one another and you decide you want to support each other, then it's great. I support that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it's all about. You know, gives false numbers and actually can harm your streams. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I've and then there was a little thing, I guess about a month or two ago, that like people. Well, I mean, it still goes on. People were like buying followers, and they'd be sitting there with. I mean, I've seen it. You'd be sitting there with a couple thousand followers and like 2 people watching you. And I mean, we've all had those slow streams, but I mean, it's kind of weird, that you have that many followers and really no one's there. And it's because, they could be false accounts or they could have, they could just, I mean, they could just never have any interest in viewing your channel either. So when someone sees you have 100,000 followers and 5, you're right. Exactly. That's what I said. Yeah. That's, you literally took the words get out of my head, Judah.
So if you're gonna read those, if you could read the whole thing out loud so people know what you're talking about, because you're reading like half of it, and so it's not clear.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I think my stream's. Is it back? Okay. Oh, okay. I was freezing up a little bit. Yeah, no, I was saying when someone sees you have 100,000 followers and 5 viewers, it makes people curious to why. Right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I kind of think following should be hidden. Just do it for actually following. Not really useful beyond that. Yeah, I mean that's true. Or at least just so that like, you can see it. Which again, I mean, like in what you're saying, Jivo. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not really sure like why you would even need it, other than like you're like, oh, I wonder if that person follows me. I mean, it kind of gets to like like who cares, But so if someone has 800 followers but 0 viewers consistently, even though they are genuine, how can we help support them? Well, I mean, I just go in there and I mean, if you like their content, you can follow them and you can just you can hang out in there with them. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone that has large amounts of followers and low viewers, I'm not saying that they did that. I'm just saying like, I mean, some people have. And let's be honest. I mean, you could say that you don't want to pay attention to the numbers, but you do glance at those numbers, and at the end of the day, I mean, they do make you feel good. But really, the only numbers that really matter is really how many people are chatting with you, because I mean, the interaction is what we're going for. Whether you're full time and you do need the money, or you're trying to hit progression goals, I mean, like right now, like if you guys weren't asking questions, the stream would have ended, 20 minutes ago. So, so I mean, this is what it's all about.
Exactly, and that's actually become the largest part of these interviews is the audience participation. I love it.
Yeah, and
that's the worst. Actually, yeah, that's a really great answer. You was asking if you want to support a streamer, how can you support them? And best of the worst answer was go into their Discord and chat with them, go on Twitter and champion them. Just like Super Sport Games said at the beginning of the interview, he goes on Twitter and shouts out people's stream that don't necessarily do that for themselves, just to try to help them.
Yeah, he said DLive is by far the least toxic chat. Yeah, I agree. That's what Darth Merch said. He said he won't even go on. Dude, I have literally, and I'm not knocking Twitch at all. I know I've heard a bunch of stuff about it, so like I really can't. I don't even. When people ask me what do you think about Twitch, I'm like, well, I've literally never went to Twitch.tv or whatever it is. Twitch.com. I don't even know what it is. I've literally never been there. I do still follow a lot of people on Facebook though, but I will tell you what's interesting about Facebook, since it's your social media platform, and for me, it's my main social media platform. All my friends and family are on there. It kind of gets clouded up on there when you have a whole bunch of streamers that you follow, and then also like all your personal life stuff's on there too. So like I went back and removed a lot of streams from popping up. Like I still follow them, but I removed a lot of the streams from notifying me when they go live. Just because I mean there's way too many, and I get notifications all day. So, I'm all in on DLive. So
yeah, I mean
that's where most of my focus is.
I found live streaming through Twitch a couple years ago, and I was like LT Zonda. I've been watching him for a number of years, And when he made the move to D Live, I don't even go back to Twitch at all anymore. Even though there's still a couple streamers that I enjoy there, it just there's enough people creating unique content on D Live that you could fill your entire day. Yeah, Judah, that's a good point. D Live does have less toxicity so far as compared to other platforms, but like you said, you know, having moderators to help control your chat is actually incredibly helpful. And according to the community standards of D Live, we are responsible as streamers for what happens in our chat. So if there's cyberbullying, hate speech, anything of that nature, it's our responsibility or our moderator's responsibility to remove that content.
And while Day Curse is up here commenting, he's saying he feels like he needs to be in their chat, needs to be in there supporting them because, you know, they're working hard at streaming, and that's true. Day Curse, I'm gonna give you a shout out, buddy. Day Curse is literally like when me or Worst or both of us, there's another guy who streams a lot, Stady Gaming, Invasive Boar, all those guys, Biggie Mac, when all those guys are all streaming, like Day Curse is in all of our streams at the same time. Like Day Curse is the real OG supporter, and like every time he streams, I'm right in there. I try to be, because I want to be there for him as much as he's there for us. So I don't know. That's the vibe I've gotten from D Live. I feel like in the two, you know, comparing the two, and I don't really have anything else to compare it to because, like I said, I've never been on Twitch or even I've watched a little bit on YouTube, but not a whole lot. I don't really feel like the support is there on other platforms like it is here.
I mean, that even falls under like what's a good tip for a new streamer, which you just hit on it, is go support other streamers. Like be in there, consume their content, get to know, because D Live isn't just about knowing the streamer. It's also about you probably know half or more of the people in chat on a daily basis if you return to the same streamers.
Yeah.
So it's just like networking, but not for the sake of networking, for the sake of enriching your life as well as the streamers that you're watching.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just catching up with chat now.
Yep.
Appreciate that, Punchy. Yeah, but guys, I mean, the reason why D Live works and the reason that D Live is different is because the platform is built on supporting creators. You know, you own your content, you own your replays, you lock in Lino, you're co-owner of the Lino network. I mean, you get 90% of your donations. The other 10% isn't kept by the company. D-Live doesn't take any cut. They actually return that 10% back to the lock-in and Lino holders. Yeah. So if you guys stream every day and you have locked in Lino, you're going to get a daily content bonus because they come every 7 days after your content, and you get a daily locked in Lino bonus. I mean, I don't know, do any of the other platforms return money to you like that?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think so. I can't say emphatically because I don't have experience streaming on the other platforms, but I think this is the first time content creators have been truly supported.
What's up, Dev? How you doing, man? And take it easy, Punchy. Punchy's gonna head out, he said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I just when like I said, when Best of the Worst first showed me this, and I was kind of like, you know how ever since the PewDiePie thing, a lot of people have been really skeptical of everything here. I was kind of skeptical of this place at first too, because I was not because of the crypto, or it's not really a crypto, it's on testnet. Not because of that, but because I was like, there is no way that there is a place that's as good as he's saying. And he's like, dude, you just need to come and stream here, put in your title, first time streaming. And like literally my first stream, Lethal Toast, I think Prepperin was the very first one to ever come in and say, welcome to D Live. Eric Wilson was there. Cheech was in there, and Cheech was like, hey, hit me up on Discord. I was like, I need to blow the dust off of Discord because I haven't even been in there hardly at all. So, because I had one before I came here, but I hardly used it. And And now I'm like, I don't want to count them, but I have like 30 or 40 channels I belong to. So, what's up, Slick Rick? But Cheech was in there. I'm trying to think who else was in there on our first stream. Quite a bit of people, quite a bit. And it's just, and after that I was hooked. I was like, yep, it's everything Jacob said it was. So,
well, and that's actually something we can talk about, which is on other platforms. Like we'll use Twitch for example. I know when LT Zonda decided to stream full time on DLive, he said he reached out to Twitch to cancel his partnership, and it literally took them 3 months to get back to him.
I remember that. I remember that.
You know, Facebook, good luck if you get an answer at all, or a month from now.
Well, and see, Facebook's interesting. So it's just like most of the big sites. So being like, I was in the Level Up Gamers group. So Level Up Gaming is extreme, and Dab knows this. Slick Rick knows this. Level Up is extremely easy to come by. It's actually easier to get there to achieve than partner here on DLive, which I'm not acting like anything's easy to achieve. But on Facebook, all you had to do was have 100 followers, and I think you had to stream for like 30 days or something. And there was really no exceptions to that, because I know like on DLive, like we'll kind of fast track some streamers who have been big elsewhere, but Facebook doesn't fast track you unless someone like I would say if PewDiePie decided to go to Facebook instead of DLive, I would imagine they would fast track him because of who he is. But I don't know if there's anyone that's been fast tracked. I mean, even Stone Mountain 64 on Facebook. Hold on a second, guys. What's up?
Tomorrow we play at 10:10. It's against the Dodgers.
Okay, awesome, buddy.
It's gonna be late.
Okay. He's telling me about some baseball stuff. He's all excited because his Braves swept the Marlins.
I can't use any more.
Okay, buddy, I'm still talking. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's not.
Ask mom to do. Okay.
Mom's gonna be
She's gonna be mad. Why? Just ask her. Yeah, level up means now you can stream in 1080p. That's it. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Hashtag dad life. Are you using Skype to include them in your stream?
I'm using Discord video call.
Oh, talking to you. Yeah. This is all in Discord.
Does Joe like kids? Well, there's both of us are named Joe, and both of us have kids. Actually, I'm about to be a grandfather for the first time next month.
Oh wow, dude! Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yep. I'm hoping I don't hear those.
Well,
I'm hoping I don't hear that for about 20 years. So.
Yeah, my older son is still pretty young, and so I was surprised by it. But in the end, you know, you do the best you can with the kids, and then once they become adults, it's up to them. Oh, he can say hi if you want.
Do you want to say hi, buddy? You want to say hi?
Because I know he streams sometimes too.
Yep. You gotta come all the way over because see how the camera is.
I can't see.
Okay. Would you say hi? This is Nathan.
What's up, Nathan? Aloha. Good to see you. So somebody asked earlier, which we already covered, but somebody asked if he was going to be getting his own channel, and you said not yet because he's still young. He's 7.
Yeah. No, he's he could run my channel now as long as I'm sitting here. He could run it because he plays pretty good. What do you play, buddy?
Apex sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta talk up.
I can't play like Apex because I always like die at something.
We all die in Apex.
What's his favorite game to play?
What's your favorite game to play?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Lego Harry Potter does on stream.
Lego Harry Potter. That's awesome.
Yeah, he likes that one. Yeah. He's really good at Call of Duty though. He's getting better at that one. So his aim is much better than mine. Much better.
Your aim is easier than mine.
Oh, okay.
I get more shots.
Did you say it was about here? Okay, we'll go ahead and get down there and wash your hands and everything, and we'll wrap up here soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, don't want to keep you from dinner with the family.
Oh no, it's okay. We can go a couple more questions and then I can go. Because what she'll do is she'll get the kids' plates together. She'll get hers, and then I'll know exactly what portions to take. So
nice. So guys, again, if you have questions for Super Sport Games directly, please go ahead and put them in chat now. we've covered a lot of them.
Oh, but to finish what I was talking about with Facebook, yeah. So you're level up first, which isn't really partnered. But then when you do get partnered, there's no criteria to get partnered. And Dab, if you're still listening, did you ever get the partner status over there? But yeah, but when you do get the partner, it's a lot like when you're partnered with Twitch too. Like you're not allowed to dual stream. I think Twitch will allow you to stream, like as long as you're not also streaming from there. I think you can have another channel somewhere else.
The way that Twitch works, or did, I'm not an expert by any means, but they want you to stream exclusively on Twitch. But if you put a delay in your stream, then I've seen people restream that way. But yeah, Twitch wants exclusivity, and like for DLive, they don't care if you restream. I mean, there's several platforms that people restream to. But in terms of talking about restreaming, yes, it may increase your audience, but I think one of my previous guests said I think people restream out of fear that they won't, be able to reach all these people, or won't be able to bring them all to the new platform. I mean, maybe, but one reason I would say to not restream is because you're actually splitting your audience and monetization of the DLive platform.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you to bring people to DLive.
Yeah. And like that guy I was telling you about at the beginning of the stream, Galaxy Playgrounds, probably the first streamer that I watched on Facebook. He streams all over the place. Like he streams like 4 or 5 different platforms. But when he's talking, when he says stuff and people are like, he's like, hey, come on over to DLive. He's always inviting people over to DLive. So I would imagine at some point he's gonna be only DLive. But he does it because he's trying to get exposure and trying to bring people over too. So Dad Play said, to answer my question that I asked him a minute ago, he goes 178,000 followers. Facebook never even blinked an eye at me. I still don't even have a supporter button 6 months ago. Dude, that's great. And see, there's no criteria over on Facebook. I mean, I've seen people with 7,000 or 8,000 followers get partner.
I saw DLive and I saw you.
You saw me, okay, buddy.
I didn't press it.
Okay, but I'm about to wrap up here. Mm-hmm. Okay.
How many followers does Dab?
How many followers does Dab have?
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot. He has a whole lot.
Like Zonda.
Like Zonda has a lot too. Yep. Don't worry about the numbers. Go ahead. I'll be down there in a minute.
No.
And see, his whole thing, he's very analytical. He's all about the numbers. So he'll ask me, he's like, well, how many followers do you have now? And every once in a while, that number will go backwards. He's like, how'd you lose followers? I was like, well, follow. So
sometimes when you have followers, they don't follow.
Right. Oh, some people were talking to you in here, but I can read that later. Okay. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, no, just to kind of hit on that, the numbers, guys, don't be so concerned about the numbers. Like for any new streamer out there, and they're like, well, I don't have the numbers. They're not important. What's important is, are you creating quality content on a consistent basis? Do you interact with your chat? And if the answer is yes, you're going to grow and you're going to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and like what Dab just said, you can't contact them. You're talking about Facebook. You can't contact them, and when you do, they send back robot responses. Yeah, and like I've seen some people who have gotten partnered over there, and it's like recruiters will send an email to you. And they're looking for specific people in specific regions, is what I've noticed. It's been some stuff because like there's a lot of people in other countries that are trying to find popular streamers there to partner them to try to like push like a growth spurt in a certain area of the world. So I mean, it's good for business. If you look at how Facebook does it, it's very businesslike. And for most of us streamers, we're not looking for business-like atmosphere, especially someone hanging something over our head. So. That's a number one goals.
That's a good point. Dab plays, which he's, Dab's a global partner on the platform, which is the highest level you can attain. And I like what he said, which is, your number one goal is to keep your chat rolling. So if you're absorbed in the game and you're not paying attention to your chat, you're going to lose them.
They only partner Fortnite streamers, let's be honest. Yeah, a lot of the time.
Thanks, Darth.
There's a see you, Darth. There's a couple guys that stream other things, but no, but for the most part, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, so we try not to focus too much on what other platforms are doing wrong, but instead try to echo what DLive is doing right. So the complaint was you can't get any help from staff on other platforms. The response would be on DLive, you could go to Discord, ask for help, and you'll get help almost immediately.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, and you're talking to real people, and like I mean, when I first streamed on Facebook, I mean, no one ever reached out to me right away. I mean, first stream on DLive, you got staff members and everybody else saying, "Hey, hit me up, talk to me in Discord," So it's totally different. And like I said, I didn't believe it at first either, and then I'm like, well, you got to experience it sometimes,
I've had literally every streamer that I've interviewed who's come over from another platform has echoed like how unbelievably awesome the community is, how supportive the staff are, how much freedom they have as streamers. I mean, we really can't overstate that.
Yeah, yeah. But let's see, what were we talking about earlier? I wanted to hit on.
So just one more plug, guys. If you have a question for Super Sport Games, go ahead and get him into chat because he needs to get going and join his family for dinner here pretty soon.
Yeah. It's Sundays are always eating. This morning I had a buttered toast, and we went to a kid's birthday party. That's where I was most of the afternoon, and I had a small slice of pizza. And that's it. So
Dab says you're gonna get sick of me talking about Facebook when we do a fireside chat. Not at all, brother. Because that's
pretty much what I've talked about the whole time.
Well, here's the thing, Dab. You've got a ton of experience on Facebook, right? But you've also reached one of the highest or the highest level as a streamer currently on DLive as global partner. And that information is invaluable.
Yeah. And see, I see that is really strange that they didn't partner him. But you see, they don't. But when you get partnered, and that was what I was going to say, when you get partnered over on Facebook, they don't want you not just restreaming. They don't want you streaming anywhere else. I mean, like Facebook and YouTube. I mean, butt heads. I mean, they don't like Facebook will purposely not push posts with YouTube links in them. Like if you're trying to promote, like say if you made a video and you uploaded it to YouTube and you try to put it on Facebook from like your page or something, and that goes for businesses too, because I have a whole bunch of business pages. I've helped friends start their businesses, and they don't know anything about Facebook pages, so like I help them get started, show them how to use all the moderator stuff, and then just kind of push them off to do their own thing. But even on those pages like YouTube links, they don't want to push. But they don't want you to. They don't want you streaming anywhere else once you're partnered there. So, which I mean, I guess if you're successful there and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and I guess if you don't know about a place like DLive, I guess that feels like heaven to them. So I mean, that's fine. To each their own, really.
All right, so it looks like we pretty much wrapped up questions. I'm not seeing any new ones come through, so I would just like to thank our guest, Joe Supersport Games, for being on Fireside Chat. I really appreciate your time and all the information you've shared with us today, friend.
Yeah, and thanks for asking me, and thanks for having me. It's great.
Absolutely. So if you guys don't already and you would like to support this man, I'm going to put his link in Discord, not in Discord, in chat.
Follow for follow.
No, not follow for follow. He's not going to follow you. He'll say he will, but that he won't.
No, I will.
Can you explain how to video chat for chat streamers? I don't really understand the question. I mean, if you're just...
I think he's trying to say how do you do chat?
I mean, you just turn your camera on and talk.
I guess he's trying to say how is there two people on the screen at the same time? So basically what he's doing, he's capturing the video from his Discord. Like you go into a chat on Discord, and then you click if both parties have it, or if the party you're talking to has a camera, you unclick the little camera icon, and then instead of typing or voice chat, you're actually video chatting, kind of like how you do on your phone, like FaceTime or whatever. And then he captures it. I don't know how you capture it. I don't know. Do
Well,
you?
to start at the beginning, at the top middle of Discord, there's a phone icon, like an old school hook, wall phone. If you click on that, you start a phone call with this person, any person through direct message. And then when the voice chat pops up right in the middle next to the leave call button on the left, there's an option to share camera. And I have the guests share their camera with me. And so I don't share my camera with them because I need my camera for OBS. So what I do is I'll make the Discord video call full screen like with Joe. Then I do a screen capture of an extra. So I have multiple monitors. So I do screen capture of the full screen video call with Joe and then overlay that into my OBS. So this, just to have like this sort of overlay, you need to have it created. I paid a web developer, Bad Doggy, to make this dual streaming, and then you have to set up in your OBS for video capture or screen capture. I use screen capture for the Discord calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good. Whoever made your overlay, good job.
Actually, it's one of my real life brothers. In my about section at the bottom, there's a link for his information. But yeah, Bad Doggy is one of my real life brothers. Okay. And so is Sandling Gaming is also one of my brothers.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, Hero. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap this up. Joe needs to get on to family dinner, and I don't want to keep a man from family or dinner. So love you. I love you, brother. I really appreciate your time and your wisdoms.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. So if you'll just hang out for 1 second, I'm going to wrap up the show, and I will be right back with you, friend.
Okay.
All right, friends, this has been another Fireside Chat with author Joe Holt. Today's special guest has been Super Sport Games, another Joe. He's awesome. He is full-time carpet cleaner. If you need your carpets cleaned and you're anywhere in Georgia, call Joe. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial, which actually, Joe, if you need somebody to do an infomercial, I'm in. Anyway, he's a family man. He's a part-time streamer, and he's an incredible guy. So if you're just looking to support another incredible member of the D-Live family, Super Sport Games is now on the Fireside Chats list, part of the Fireside family. So I'd like to thank him again for being here. And I do these Fireside Chats several times a week. It used to just be Sundays, but there's enough guests now that I actually need to expand to other days. And the days and times do change because it's based on the availability of my guest. So I appreciate your guys' understanding. If you've missed any Fireside Chats, we have like 24 of them now. Author Joe Holt on YouTube. You can watch all of the Fireside Chat replays in their entirety. And I would encourage you to do so to support your favorite streamers. So again, thank you very much for being here. I love you all. Something that I'm now trying to do and get better at when I wrap up one of these Fireside Chats is hosting another streamer. So I have somebody I want to host now. Is a beautiful soul from Jamaica, and if you love that sort of accent, he's your boy. His name is Crypto Gamer. He's actually helped me quite a bit understand crypto, and he's a hell of a great guy. He's a new streamer, so if you guys don't mind dropping in on him, I truly appreciate it. So again, love you guys. Thank you all wherever you are in the world. I wish you all the best. I'll send you love and light. I'll see you again soon. Aloha now. Aloha for now.